Seventh-day Adventists. And they wrote this book as a result of the experience in the world to let the church know what is going on. We're going to find out.
Yes, sir.
They say that music is either harmonic or disharmonic. And they explain that disharmonic music throws off the rhythmic tempo of the body with the possible rise of diabetes, renal and hepatic disorders, ulcers, cancer, circulatory abnormalities, all the different things music can do. It can create a physical response in your body. There are many researchers and educators, they found out that rock music is actually disharmonic music. So there was a mass broadcast that went out telling all students, do not study while listening to rock music. Because they learned and they found out that it prevents learning and retention. So you don't learn and retain as much as when you study without rock music around. And Dr. Schreckenberg and Dr. Bird wanted to qualify that research. And to make a long story short, put it in a nutshell, they got 36 mice, and they separated them in two different groups, the harmonic and the disharmonic group. The harmonic group, they say, well, no, they played what it comes to the classical music. And the disharmonic group, they played rock music. And their research, they found that the disharmonic group had learning retention in these mice. They said that they were very hyperactive after their findings. And they said that they were very aggressive, the disharmonic group, even to the point of cannibalism. The music went in and started changing things around. Howard Hanson, that's one who's standing. He's a renowned music composer. I mean, this man is just a secular individual. But what he said is very profound. He said that music alone, I don't want us to understand, I want to stress that, friends. Music alone, this is what is produced by the instruments. Music alone. That's important for us to understand. Music alone can be soothing or invigorating, ennobling or vulgarizing.
Mercy.
Philosophical or orgastic. It has the power for evil as well as for good. That's the power of music, friends.
Mercy.
Modern historians wanted to find the origin of the current forms of music that we have, present music. Jazz, rap, R&B, and so forth. They wanted to find, I mean, these are unbiased men. These are just worldly historians that want to find out exactly where did this form of music came from. They traced it to ancient Egypt with can't pronounce it, Dahomey, which is the seat of voodoo religion, and Congo. They said that these ancient Egyptians and their musicians learned, listen to this, just by the music. They learned to induce physiological responses from ecstasy and hallucination to seizures and unconsciousness. That's what they use in their sacred oblation in worshiping their gods. And they create an emotional high and create an emotional response by those who are serving their different kind of gods. And these researchers said that this form of music somehow went to West Africa. And because of the unfortunate slave trade, it came to the West Indies and to North America. And New Orleans was one of the places that kind of really embraced it because they were already seasoned in prostitution and gambling. So the music was widespread here. And then around in as the music was influenced by those in New Orleans, it formed a music called jazz. And the book explains that over time, it mutates over again into what is known as rhythm and blues. And rhythm and blues is mostly embraced by the black community. And around the 1920s and the 1930s, when these musicians were dying off, but they were retiring, it said that a new class of musicians came on the scene. And as they were influenced by rhythm and blues, and these musicians are Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Gene was a jazz musician. And it's ironic that he was also the son of a Baptist minister.
Mercy.
And this man, Thomas Dorsey, he went to a Baptist convention one year in Philadelphia. And at that convention, he heard the compositions of Charles A. Tingley. And some of those music that he was listening to, that was composed by Charles A. Tingley, we'll understand it better by and by. And in songs like Leave It There, Leave It There. Why don't you leave your burdens there? Yep. I mean, friends, these songs are what I grew up on, and I listen to it. But friends, remember what Howard Hanson says. Music alone. Don't focus on the words, friends. You see, what happened is that this man, Charles Tingley, had a rhythm and blues beat. And all that put Christian words to it. So the word sounds great. And we might say, well, what's wrong with Leave It There? Nothing wrong with the words. It's a polyrhythm beat from ancient Egypt that was used in their solemnization to their gods. So you know what this guy, Thomas Dorsey, did? He got impressed. And Oxygen.com reports that Dorsey began to write religious music as a result of this convention, listening to Tingley's music, abandoning his harsh lyrics, but not the jazz